want to start with you, Attorney General Ellison. In an interview with CNN host Laura Coates, she asked you about whether or not you did enough to stop the fraud. Do you remember that interview, Attorney General?
Congressman, I got to admit that I don't remember the details.
Can we play the video, please? So, to refresh Mr. Ellison's memory.
Are we ready to? It may take us a second on that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just tell you what you said when she asked you if you'd done enough to stop the fraud, and she mentioned the $9 billion. You said, "Of course we have done enough. We're doing more every single day. This is a political matter. This is not a serious thing." Do you remember saying that, Attorney General Ellison?
I remember the conversation. What I remember was that I was lamenting the politicized nature of this very serious problem.
Well, you said it's not a serious thing. So now you're saying
fraud is a serious thing.
Okay, well that's not what you said on CNN, Mr. Ellison. You said this is a political matter, and this is a quote, "This is not a serious thing." So I notice you're changing your tune now that you're before the House Oversight Committee.
I would have to.
Do you understand, Mr. Attorney General, why this adds gasoline to the fire when Americans are so frustrated with this government for their out-of-control spending and the amount of money they pay in taxes, and then to see $9 billion of it, an estimate of $9 billion getting stolen of their taxpayer dollars and being used to fund cars and vacations and homes and even fund terrorism? Do you understand how statements like that throw gasoline on the fire, sir?
Congressman, I believe that you are mischaracterizing what I said.
No, I actually read you the quote. I'm not
and
mischaracterizing
Mr. Crane, that
at
video's
all.
ready if you still want it. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's play it, please.
One of the claims is that there has been hundreds of millions of dollars, but now there are some estimates that there could be $9 billion or more. And Noam was just suggesting they took hundreds of people off the street who were involved in fraud. Are you confident your office has done enough?
Of course, we've done enough, and we're doing more every single day. This is a political matter. This is not a serious thing.
So how are you going to sit here, Attorney General, saying I'm mischaracterizing? I read word for word your quote. I then showed it to the entire dais, the entire audience here today. How are you going to sit here and say that I mischaracterized you?
Congressman, I believe you mischaracterized me because clearly what I was referring to by not serious is that the serious issue of fraud is being politicized and converted into a political weapon. That is not a serious matter in my view. That is something that I believe all of us should take seriously, but we're not taking seriously enough. So, sir, I would say very clearly fraud is a odious, horrible, malignant thing, and that's why it should not be turned into a political weapon. But we should come together on a bipartisan basis.
The reason it's becoming political, sir, is because of statements like that when confronted with the $9 billion of fraud in your state as the top cop in your state that you're clearly not doing enough to address. I want to move on. Reverend Tolagard, you said in your opening statement that today's hearing is about fraud in Minnesota, quote, unquote, which is serving as a pretext for the terror the federal government has brought to the people of Minnesota. This fraud has been used as a rationale for deploying 3,000 federal immigrant enforcement agents into our state. Did you say that, Reverend?
Yes.
This is absolutely false. These federal agents were actually brought in to the state of Minnesota for a very specific operation to remove illegal alien criminals. It wasn't because of the fraud. That's being handled under a completely different agency and ICE and everything else. That's the U.S. District Attorney, okay? Did you know that?
The administration has linked all of these things together.
Well, they've linked the fact that you guys supported an open border that let in $15 to $20 million, and some of the fallout from that is fraud, like the $9 billion we're talking about today. Some of it are the rapists, the gangsters, the people that are committing fraud. They're burglarizing people, they're carjacking people. It's all kind of linked together. It's also linked to the SAVE Act, which many of you guys and my Democrat colleagues don't want to vote for, even though 83% of Americans support it. It's all linked together, but that's not what this operation was about. So you're bearing false witness in this hearing today, because that's not what that operation was about at all.
What I'm here to talk about is the suffering of Minnesotans at the hands of federal agents, including children and their parents, and the great devastation and harm that it has caused across our state and across our wonderful communities.
Have you spoken out about
Mr.
Lake and
Chairman,
Riley
he's
or any
over
of the
his time.
American victims that have been raped, murdered, or killed by these illegal aliens, Reverend? I didn't think so. I yield back.